What's going on, guys, and welcome to Coop's Corner. If you're new to the channel, my name is Jackson Cooper, aka J Coop. And today we are going to get into my top 5 countries that I've visited thus far. I'm not going to lie, man. Today I am in an extremely good mood. I woke up, I'm healthy, my skin is clear, I'm feeling good, and I'm looking good. And I truly hope that you are doing the same. But without further ado, we know what we're here for. We are going to get into the top 5 countries of my opinion that I've been to so far in this beautiful world that we have. So without further ado, let's get into it. Coming in at number 5. So at number 5, guys, I went with south of the border. You guessed it, Mexico. This was a tough decision, I'm not gonna lie, because I've been to quite a few countries thus far, but Mexico made the list, coming in at number 5. I've been to a couple cities in Mexico, from Cancun to Playa del Carmen to Mexico City. Let's start off with the food. The food in Mexico is amazing, man. Muy bueno, please believe it. I love the tacos and I love the tortas. I was actually in Mexico for 4 months this past year, and it was a great time, man. I made a lot of friendships, and I also made some pesos. Now, let's get to the beauty of Mexico. Now, when you're on the coast in Cancun or Playa del Carmen, you're gonna get that beautiful scenic ocean view. Man, there are some parts in Mexico where the water is crystal clear. It looks like blue Kool-Aid. I'm not even lying to you, people. Mexico really has a dope vibe, and if you haven't been, make sure you check it out. Now, as far as the beauty as well, when I was in Mexico City, I cannot remiss to mention my wonderful tour guide, one of the best ones that I had on this channel, Miss V. Miss V showed me Mexico City like nobody else could. I dressed up for Dia de Muerta, that's the Day of the Dead. I hope I pronounced that right, guys. And it was a wonderful experience, from the architecture in Mexico City to just a complete vibe. If you guys haven't visited Mexico, you have to put that on your list, man, and specifically Mexico City. This is a slept-on city, guys, the 5th largest city in the world, and that park that I went to out there makes Times Square look like a city park. It's amazing. So coming in at number 5, Viva Mexico. Coming in at number 4. Now, number 4, guys, we're getting closer to number 1. Coming in at number 4, we have Jamaica, man. Welcome to Jamrock. Yes, indeed, man. Jamaica. Now, I did not spend a lot of time in Jamaica, but the time that I did spend was very, very nice. Now, if you haven't seen my Jamaica video, make sure you check it out. We had a lovely tour guide by the name of Miss Jazz, and she showed us as much as she could from the beautiful food I was eating. Oh man, we had the dumpling, we had the chicken, we had the rice and peas, and when you're in Jamaica, you cannot forget that ting. And speaking of tings, Miss Jazz was one of the most beautiful tings to have graced my channel, and she did such a great job with showcasing Jamaica that I will be going back for another visit. The beauty of Jamaica, man. From when I first got to the airport, I was getting that Caribbean vibe, man. I love the feeling of the Caribbean, I'm not gonna lie. The vibe was amazing. Some of the most beautiful views when I was on that beach, looking at those hills and mountains behind that crystal clear water. I understand why Jamaica is truly a gem of the Caribbean seas. So yeah, man, coming in at number 4, we have Jamrock, Jamaica. Coming in at number 3, we're getting into the top 3, guys. This is the nitty gritty. So before we go any further, hit that like button and hit that subscribe button, guys. I really appreciate it. So coming in at number 3, we have South Africa. Man, oh man. Listen, South Africa is truly a gem, man. Now, I went buck wild as soon as I landed in Johannesburg. Now, that's not the reason why this is getting number 3, but you're going to understand why the more I explain. But let's start with the beauty of the actual country. Johannesburg is a hustling, bustling city, man. I love the city vibes when you go to a major city, and Johannesburg has just that. But when you go to Cape Town, South Africa, that is one of the most beautiful cities I've ever been to in my life, if not the most beautiful city that I've ever visited. You have those mountains hitting off of those waves with those houses on the side of the mountains. It is literally picturesque. You have to go there to experience it, I promise you. And the food, I didn't eat too much quote unquote South African food when I was there, but the food that I did get was magnifique. It was beautiful, it was delicious, and I would love to go back, and I will get some more of those dishes. This one's for the fellas. The women of South Africa, let's just say they're beautiful, okay? You are gonna see natural beauty when you go to South Africa, guys. Now, you have to be very, very cautious. See, me, I was like a lion out of the cage, man. You wanna make sure you keep that harness on yourself and don't go too crazy and just explore the beauties of South Africa. So once again, guys, coming in at number 3, we have South Africa. As you know, we have to do a honorable mentions on this list, guys. Now, coming in on the first honorable mention, we have up north, Canada. Now, Canada just barely missed this list, but that doesn't mean that it's not an amazing, amazing country. I literally didn't spend a lot of time there at all, but it was one of my best experiences traveling. Canada was actually the first country that I visited when I first got my passport. Oh, I love that little blue book. And I met one of the most beautiful, graceful people ever, Mama Reese. I love you, Reese. She showed me the most she could in Toronto and of Canada. From the real jerk, I went to a Raptors game, and we even watched people bust their bottoms ice skating, man. It was truly memories that I will have for the rest of my life. And another honorable mention, guys, this is one of my more recent trips. We're gonna go with Thailand. I was in Thailand for about a month, and I went to 3 different cities. I was in Bangkok, I was in Pattaya, and I was in Phuket. I have to be 100% honest. They get an honorable mention simply for the massages. Oh my gosh. When I make it to where I'm comfortable, I'm going to visit Thailand on a yearly basis simply for the massages, man. If you know, you know. Coming in at number 2, we're getting down to the nitty gritty. Are you excited? Now, with number 2, you won't even believe it. Matter of fact, I'm gonna give you a second to guess. Coming in at number 2, we have that small little beautiful country at the top of Central America. That's right, Belize. Beautiful, unbelievable Belize, coming in at number 2. I honestly didn't know what to expect when I was going to Belize. I knew that it was going to be beautiful. I knew there was going to be oceans. I knew there was going to be beautiful women, but I didn't know exactly how good it was going to be. Listen, man, let's start with the cuisine. Pound for pound, out of the 12 countries that I've been to thus far, Belize has the best food. I can never lie to you, man. The reason why I say this is Belize does not have McDonald's, KFCs. They don't have any outside influences. So all of their restaurants are like mom and pop shops, just good home cooking, Caribbean style, so fresh. I mean, some of the chicken I had, some of the vegetables, it was so good, man. Then the vibe was crazy. You gotta remember, I'm eating outside, seagulls flying by, ocean waves dipping. It's a vibe, man. Now, speaking of the vibe, Belize is a beautiful country, man. Just the aesthetic of it is beautiful. It has a little bit of ruggedness to it too, which is what I like. I don't want stuff to be too polished. Belize has those bright Caribbean colors on the houses. Then it has that beautiful ocean if you want to take that short boat ride to a beautiful place such as Key Corker. Man, Belize is beautiful, and the women of Belize are truly beautiful. I had 2 wonderful tour guides, Miss Lily and Miss Scarlett, and I will never forget either one of them. Coming in at number 2, we have Belize, and I promise you, if you put that on your list and you make that trip down there, you will see why it made number 2 on the list. Coming in at number 1. Okay, guys, what we've all been waiting for. The number 1 country here on Coop's Corner that I have visited. Drum roll, please. Coming in at number 1. I'm going to say 2 words. Caribou, Kenya. Kenya is a very, very special place, and it is the number 1 country on my list of places to visit. Let's start with the beauty of Kenya. Kenya was my first country that I visited when I first landed on the continent of Africa. So it's always going to have that special place in my heart, but it kept my heart, man. You have the hustle and bustle of Nairobi, man. Those people are going around talking about Nini Sasa. I love Swahili. I love the people. It is such a beautiful, dope place, man. And that's why Kenya gets the number 1 spot. Now let's talk about the food, man. Kenyan food is amazing, man. From chapati to ugali to skuma wiki to beef stew. It's all great. Now, I would not mix those things up because that's what I did and I got baboon booty cheeks from it, man. So be smart when you're eating in Kenya, but the food is amazing, man. Now let's get down to the beauty. You have women and you have beaches, okay? Now the women in Kenya, bar none, the finest women I've seen so far throughout my travels. From the big foreheads to the beautiful black skin to the smiling. I love you, Kenyan women. In all seriousness, have a very good demeanor about you. It's really rare when I find a Kenyan woman who has a bad disposition, and that's really what gives you guys that beauty that you have. Now, the beaches of Kenya, bar none, truly changed my life, to be completely honest. When I went to Diani Beach, and I was riding that camel off of the coast of the Indian Ocean in Africa, I said, Jackson, you can never go back to being normal. You can never go to a Miami beach. No offense, but that's the way that I felt. When I saw that, it changed my mentality forever, man. And please believe, if you want to go to Malindi, Mombasa, Diani, Lamu, Kenya has all of those places for you. So coming in at number 1, we have beautiful Caribou, Kenya. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. My top 5 destinations that I've visited so far in my travels here on Coop's Corner. Guys, in all honesty, if there's a place that you want to go in this world, I'm looking at you right now. Just do it. Just go. I know we all have things that we have to do, we have to take care of. Take care of those things. Get your affairs in order so that you can truly live your life. I just watched a video about a man. He was 109 years old at the taping of this video. And I feel like this is a very, very deep message that coincides with this video. That man said that he eats a bowl of butterscotch ice cream every night. Now, I wouldn't do that, but you have to understand why this is so deep. He said he does that because that's what makes him happy. Think about that. That's what makes him happy. That man died at 112 years old. That's the key to life. Do what makes you happy. And that's what I'm doing, guys. When I travel, I'm truly my happiest, and I hope you are as well. All right, guys, it is time to get back on a plane and hit some more countries. I promise you, this year on Coop's Corner is going to be a legendary one. So until next time, guys, this has been the top 5 countries here on Coop's Corner. My name is Jackson Cooper, and as always, stay fresh and stay blessed. Until next time, peace.